Hello, everybody. Make sure my microphone is on. Yep. Okay, good. Welcome, Saturday morning, Christmas Eve day. Happy weekend to all of you, whether it is nighttime or daytime, wherever you're at in the world. Hope you're having amazing moments. And I'm excited to see what Spirit brings in for us today. But before we get started, I do, as I've been doing for quite a while now, is joining together to send love out to the world because we know it can use as much as we can send. So, whether you're watching this on playback or real time right now, let's all join together outside of space and time and we can send love. So, I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just allow that beautiful love from above to cascade down into our hearts and fill us up and then overflow out to the world. And of course, if you are in need of love right now, for your heart, for your body, your mind, for a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Beautiful. Thank you so very much. And happy super new moon for you. Of course, it was yesterday, but we're still feeling those energies coming in, of course, because it's a super new moon. So we'll be feeling it for several days. So if you didn't check out last week's weekly energy update, here is the link to that list. Of course, next week's already came out this morning too, so you can check those out. But I also wanted to make sure everyone knew I do have a drawing each week to give away a 30-minute free recorded reading. And here's the link to the video on that. It has to do with the weekly videos. So the ones that came out last week with Sunday's date on it last week, those are the ones that I will be closing out shortly after this morning session. So you still have time to watch it. I'll eat and then I piddle around a little bit. So you have time after this session ends to go watch at least one of the videos. That's all it takes is watching one and commenting. And then I close it out by putting a little pinned comment saying that the drawing is closed. Then I pull a name and I announce it tomorrow, even on Christmas. Hey, it's going to be a Christmas gift for someone, but it'll be announced tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, right? And so you still have a chance to do that. Also, we have the winter solstice and summer solstice readings that came out this week since we moved into that on the 21st. So here we also put out videos for each individual zodiac sign for the 3-month period for this solstice until we hit the spring and fall equinox. And we also put out a pick a card reading this week, which is all about removing blocks from the past. So some great messages that came through on those. And that is all the messages. Let me just pop out the chat here. And I do have a pinned comment at the top that does include my PayPal and Venmo. So when individuals have asked how you can make a donation to prioritize your reading, you can use the super chat at the bottom, which is like a little dollar bill kind of sign at the bottom. You can use that, or you can use the PayPal or Venmo. And I have my email, so it'll pop up if you do that. And then you get just your reading gets prioritized. And otherwise, for the free readings, I start at the very top and I just follow in order through the chat. So there's no special list. It's just the actual chat. So that is how it all works. So we will get started and see what messages Spirit has for us today. And thank you guys so much for being here on this beautiful, beautiful weekend. Hope you all are well. I'm feeling much, much better day by day. I think the front has moved out with the sub-zero weather because it's a balmy, I think it was like almost like 30 degrees. Ooh, it's actually 42 right now. Woof. I might have to take off my jacket. So many, many blessings. So the first free reading is going to be for Kritika Saini. And you would like the current feelings and next actions for Anavesh towards you. Let me just change this to live. All right, there we go. So, Kritika, let's see what Anavesh is going on with them for you. All right. All right. So, their current feelings for you, I do see we have the King of Cups here, which rolls over the emotions, of course, but also all the kings are given swords, minds, and so this is balancing heart and mind. So they do have emotions, they do have feelings towards you, but they also have a lot on their mind that they're thinking about. And here's the thinking, the sword suit, which is movement of thought and belief from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, from rough waters to calmer waters. And so what they're feeling, what they're thinking about here, I mean, you've got the wedding celebration card here. So I feel like that with this next actions, that's what they're contemplating. That's what they're thinking about. Is this what they want? Is this what their heart and their mind are in conversation? The heart wants what it wants. It's going to be like, yes, I want this. But the mind goes, well, but what about all these supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's? All these thoughts about what a relationship or marriage is supposed to be, um, who someone else is supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff that we're told in our life about what those are, and it varies by person. So yours are different from theirs. There may be some similar things, some similar expectations, but there's definitely different ones too, and that's where this thinking happens, where we're like, what's to think about? Everything is perfect in our mind of how it's supposed to unfold, but it may not be for them, or we might be having our own thoughts and beliefs around all that. So I really feel like the next actions are they'll make a decision, but they're in the thinking process right now about what they want out of marriage and life. And yeah, so they're in the high priestess. They kind of have taken a step back from things, gone into their high priestess temple, which she connects upward, goes beyond the veil back here, dives deep into emotions too. So they are definitely trying to figure things out, what they want. So when you go, what are the next actions on Avesh? They're like, I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out. And so that's what's going on with them right now is they're just in this thinking mode, looping in their head is what I feel. It's just like, when something's loading on a computer and that little wheel is spinning, it's like loading, 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 and you're like, is there trouble with the intranet there? But they have fears like anyone else, those small teachers, and so they're wanting to make right decisions, and they fear they'll make a wrong one, and so they're in this thinking mode. What's going on there? So that's what's happening. They have feelings, but the feelings, like I feel, are being overridden by the mind right now. So that's what they want you to know right now. And of course, while we're waiting for things to load and for people to figure things out, we know the pause is always happening for us, which is intended for us to work on our own self love while things are unfolding that way. So life slows down to give us time to expand our self-love, excuse me, because we cannot love others more than the extent that we love ourselves, and we cannot receive love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. So things slow down on the outside world to give us time to expand our own love. That's what's going on right now for you, Kritika. So that is what they have. So many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And Anjali, the Virgo, you are up. Hello. Actually, it looks like Rishi snuck in between your hello and your your question. So you'll be up right after him. So Rishi, hello. I am doing very well. I hope you're doing good. I'm gonna take a quick sip here while I read your question. uh, what a great question about narcissists. I am by no means an expert, but spirit understands human nature. And so, a narcissist is just a person who's in extreme fear. Our human mind likes to define people and put titles on people. But if you look at an individual who love bombs initially and then starts to um, express their fears, um, that is what happens. So, we all do that, right? We all have these great intentions when we're in a beautiful, calm place, when our human mind is in charge. We are intelligent, we're loving, we're in connection with our more of our true nature. And so we love and we love and we show love and we allow to receive love and all this wonderful things. But the moment that our human feels unsafe, our little child self feels unsafe or out of control, alarms go off and that human is knocked out of our brain. And then, and we talk about the cat a lot. The cat mind kicks in and hisses and attacks, which when we get an attack or they run away from us, we are the ones that are uh, putting the story of their devaluing me. Our little human self goes into feels uncomfortable, unsafe because of that person's actions. Those are not loving actions. I must be unlovable. I feel unsafe. Weep, weep, weep. And then the human, our brain also knocks out the human, and our cat kicks in and it takes what they are doing and it's putting a story of fear. They're acting that way. That must mean I'm unlovable. That must mean my value is dropping. When really, when we look at other people and their actions, it's like that's about them. What I see from their actions is about me. So my devaluing story that I'm creating, that's about me and my how I feel about myself. What they're doing and their actions are showing them about themselves, their fears. And so they are igniting. And so it's not a planned attack. It is just a part of our human nature. When we feel unsafe and out of control, then we ignite this catty attitude where we hiss and attack and hiss and run away or attack and run away or whatever it is, but they're usually actions that are selfish because it wants to feel in control again. It wants to feel safe and it's not thinking about anyone out there. So we aren't and they aren't, and that is why we have cat fights, because two people are being catty and so that's what goes on with narcissists. Are just people who have been entitled that because they are extremes. They have huge you know just extreme childhoods. Usually a narcissist had a narcissistic type father or parent that gave them that actions when they were young, and so they were been in fight or flight mode since they were as far as they can remember, and they're just trying to survive. They're in huge survival mode most of the time, just doing things for themselves, and that's the the mentality, the fear is what has put their mind into these habits and these patterns. So hopefully that helps you understand just all humans, when we're acting stupid, it's we're in fear. is, is what I like my statement. When humans are in fear, we do stupid stuff. And we're like, oh, it's we attack, we're defensive, we're catty. And so when you look at the world, you're like, oh, I see how this is going. This is what is happening. So that is what is going on. So, and they didn't want me to pull cards. They were just like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." So that is what they wanted you to know around uh, the quote narcissists, or people who love bomb and then we feel they devalue us later. So that is what they want you to know. So many blessings to you, Rishi. Enjoy your interactions with those cats. All right. And thank you so much. I did get a donation here. And let me just see here. All right, Esther E. Hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And so we will jump to your question. And you want to know, what business will you have in the future and will it be successful? Let's find out what Spirit has for you. What beautiful gift do you have to share with the world? So let's take a look here, Esther. All right. Okay. All right. And then tell me a little more about that. Thank you. All right. All right. So what I'm feeling from Spirit right now, I mean, they're showing you the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. This does show this inner conflict that you're going through about making the right choice and wanting to put the energy in the right place. So there's some fears about making a wrong choice, and that it will it's like it'll impact others, and you will also, um, you have this inner conflict around your supposed tos and your shoulds and your need tos. So, I don't see this is like your passion that's rattling around inside of you, wanting to be expressed, and your mind kind of battling, saying, no, no, this is what has to happen. This is the supposed to and the need to and the have to and the must. Like, this is the intelligent type of business to get into, but your passion is like, no. So I feel like these are representing that they're battling each other. So the first thing that Spirit wants you to do is to step away from everything. Try to get out of the chaos, get out of all the noise of that stuff there, and connect to your higher self, connect to the higher realms, and really connect with your high heart. What is it that makes your heart sing? What is it that um, how you uniquely want to share that beautiful unconditional love in your heart with the world? There is no wrong choice. And that's what one of the big things that Spirit wants you to know here is that you don't have to do things in a absolutely perfect way according to your mind. It's they're expressing the love and experiencing life is what you came here to do. And so it's like, what do you want to do? How do you want to do that? What would make your heart sing? Not what would make your mind check off all the lists, because here's the King of Swords here, which is all about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And this Ace of Swords here allows you to cut away some of these thoughts and these beliefs and mindsets from, that you've been told about how you like what career you should be in, what kind of business you should have. All these opinions from earlier in life, that this is where that causes the conflict. But the king comes in and they rule over air, and all the kings are given more air. So they are very much able to sort through these and cut away kind of silence and mute these all these fears of losing conditional love, the fears of disappointing people and what will people think, and all those things we have when we're trying to determine what we want to do and how we want to do it. The biggest thing that spirit is says here, not biggest but one of the biggest, is that this is love. This is your higher self, and your human self coming together within the heart to do what makes you happy. Because if you choose something from the mind and don't involve the heart, yeah, you might make money, you might have security, but you wake up every day going, "Oh God, I gotta go live my dream." And that's the dream, the fake dream of the mind that's been given to you with opinion. But your heart, you get to look into your heart and go, you know what? If money was no object, if there was no obstacles in the way, this is what I would want to do. Well, that is what you're destined to do. That's what your heart is expanding and wanting. And once you do that, once you realize you don't have to defend your decisions, because you will, when you are living your passion, you don't, everything just unfolds. Energy comes in, which is what this is. You have all this energy that comes in when you're living your passion and your dream, that allows things just to unfold. Yeah, you may not be a billionaire from it, but you're going to be so much more happy on the inside. And so they're telling you here, you will be successful if you choose what you love, and everything will fall into place with that. When you're trying to figure it all out and trying to meet all this checklist out of fear of all these other things, then that's what holds you back, and it won't make you happy. It won't bring you joy. It just will stress you out, because you'll always be fearing that you aren't going to be successful in the brain dream instead of the heart dream. So they're nudging you to look into your heart, and you probably already know what that is. If you don't, then that's when that hermit card, stepping away from all the chaos, connect inward and upward, get out of the brain and into the heart. Close your eyes and open your heart and just ask your higher self and all your angels and your spirit guides and creator and spirit, just, how is it? Show me how I can uniquely share the love in my heart with the world. And then boom, you will get answers all over the place. So that is what they have for you, Esther. And I love that. I can't wait to see how you do this and how you share that with the world. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I do honor that energy exchange. So many blessings to you. All right, Alex, you are up next. Thank you so much. You are very welcome, Esther. So thank you for your donation, Alex. And you want to know, do they have bad intentions towards you? Ooh, let's find out here. What is going on with R with their intentions towards you? Okay, what else? Okay. Whoop. Oh my goodness. Uno momento. Okay. It's funny that the card that goes flying down is a tower card, which is good. It's a good card for the situation with all these other ones. So the first card that popped out for you, Alex, is this Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune does talk about fated events, fated, um, divine appointments of individuals that come in and out of our lives. And so they're saying here that they are in your life on purpose for a purpose. So it's not anything they're doing is not happening to you, it is happening for you. And you'll soon see things change in regards to your interactions with them. Um, So, the wheel always turns. It always is for us. But when the wheel of fortune shows up, our human character sees it as fortunate with this change, which, because there's things that happen in our life where someone leaves or someone is moved into our life and we're like, this isn't for me, but it really is in the big scheme of things. Our human, it's not matching up with our human wants. And so we're like, I don't want that. Why is this happening to me? But it's happening for us. The Wheel of Fortune shows that it's the fortune, it's the fortune. It's like, oh, this is for me. So it's something that's nice that you feel is nice for you. Um, what's going on with them? Why you feel this energy is that they feel low. They feel you're up here, you're getting recognition where they're not. And so they feel they're down here, you are up here on a horse, um, getting praise, people recognizing you, complimenting you. However, they see it, they perceive you as higher and them as lower. And when people feel that way, what do people do? Well, people, when they feel they're down here and you're up here, will either try to boast themselves up to where they feel you're at, or bring you down to where they feel they're at, or both. They'll boast and bring you down to where they feel they're equal. Now, in our minds, most humans, we have a low self esteem in life because it seems to be designed that way. So we feel we're down here and they're up here, and we feel them when they're boasting, they're just trying to get even further and make us feel lower. Or when they're, trying to bring us down to where they feel they're at, we feel like they're pushing us down even further. And that's why we get, what are you doing? And they're like, what are you doing? And that's where all the conflict comes in. So there is this passion, this energy, there's like fire in between. I feel like this is what it is. It's like this defensiveness that has arisen in the interactions between you. But it happens, like I said, it always happens for us. And the reason it's happening, and I see this here, that the reason why the attacking is happening from them, excuse me, is for you to realize what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about your life are stealing from you. What supposed to, should, need to, have to, must in life is limiting you and keeping you from joy, keeping you from a relationship, keeping you from, success or abundance or whatever it may be. That they are in here as a mirror to show you how you feel about yourself so that you can release those things. And that's what all these mirrors that come in, that's why everything is for us. Sometimes a mirror comes in and we're like, why are you showing me that? And it's like, oh, because we wanted to see that so that we could release, um, that restriction, that fear of losing conditional love, whatever area it is in. And I do see, here's the tower was telling us that they are in your life. They were brought into your life on purpose for a purpose, but they will also be removed out of your life when you've completed your glancing into that mirror. That this conflict that has come up is um, absolutely for your freedom and for your release as you experience that. So just try to take a deep breath, take a step back, and transform it from, why are they doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? And go, what am I learning through this? Why would I have wanted this to happen for me? And when we change that energy, we're able to look at it and go, oh, I see. So when I have this feeling that comes up around feeling less than, maybe, that it's like, oh, okay. So they wanted me to have this belief bubble up so I could see it. So that is what they have. You are absolutely welcome, Alex. I'm glad that helped and resonated. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Very, very appreciative of that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Alex. So I don't see any other donations. So we will continue back going down the free readings. So, Anjali, you are up and you want to know about your hidden potential power or spiritual gifts and any coming blessings. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a quick drink here. Excuse me. All right. So, hidden potential power or spiritual gifts. Okay. All right. And then any coming blessings that you want to know about right now. Okay. So, well, you got all these all these pentacles coming in here. So you have the Seven of Pentacles here first, is the first one that came out. And this is about what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So this is saying that there are, um, you know, definitely spiritual gifts that you have that are growing that you'll begin to see the fruit very soon, I feel, because you do have the Nine of Pentacles, which is them saying that the more you spend within your hermit's journey, which is the nine, which is the major arcana, this is um spirit here in the garden with you, helping you develop that. So the more you are within your own like personal garden, opening up to those gifts and allowing spirit to guide you, the stronger and the faster that they do. And you will recognize these coming up very, very soon. The Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this is around manifestation abilities. It's like there's this beautiful ability to I feel like you're able to know what other people's gifts are. Like your intuition is huge. And the more you develop this connection with spirit, you're actually able to identify people's gifts and you're able to help them recognize that. Because I feel like, because the Ace of Pentacles is about a journey of identifying your worth in a different way in relationship to the outside world, and I feel like this is what you're able to help others with as well. You're finding this solidity in your life about who you are, and it's moving from the outside world, defining yourself by outside world stuff, to inner world. And I feel like you'll be able to help people with that as well. Like if it's a kind of a spiritual psychological combination of um, coaching or counseling, or it's a gift of being able to feel like a safe place for people to open up and for you to help them identify their inner worth versus defining themselves by the outside. So I feel like this is like a gift. It is a spiritual gift. It is a powerful gift because, as I was just saying a moment ago, it seems like there's this uh, natural state of our human society that we end up with a low self-esteem in the beginning of our lives, and then we spend the rest of our lives building, it's like our whole life is a journey of worth, and I feel like you help people with that. And it involves both understanding people's hearts and having that intuition to be able to identify things in their subconscious, things that spirit knows that they tell you, and you say, consider looking at this area of your life, and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you know? It's like that type of stuff that helps. But also I feel like there's a psychological spin, understanding how the human brain works, and that too. I just feel like there's this combination of that for you there. And then you asked for coming blessings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you do, here's more pentacles, new opportunities coming in. So I really feel you're in, like we're just talking about, you are overcoming so many of your small t truths. This is the nightmare and insomnia card. all these expectations of the outside world, trying to live up to them, and you're almost to the point of exhaustion. And that's what you've been working on, letting go, is what, the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the musts that are popping in. And things are being removed out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, showing you the fears that they, when some things don't happen, some things do get removed, you're forced to face some of your fears. And I think you have been, kind of feel like this is them showing, this is the history, what you've been working through, facing things being removed, having wonderful things come into your life to make you look at each of the swords to remove them. And because you've been doing the work, you've been facing those things, you have these beautiful new opportunities that are coming in. Plus, there's that Ace of Pentacles that you're gifted. You're actually seeing yourself in a whole new way and how you relate it to the outside world. And so there's this freedom that comes in with all of that. And that's what I feel is the blessing. It's a huge blessing to be free from so many fears, where we can have this bliss and this peace in the moment, full of gratitude and trust that everything that's unfolding is for you and beautiful. And I feel like this is what is happening there. So I like that for you, Anjali. So that is what they have for you. All right. So Skyfalls will be the next free reading that's coming up, but I did receive a donation. Dune, yes. So Dune, you are up, and let me see here. If you want to pop your question in there, I don't see one yet. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, I don't see one asked yet. So if you want to ask your question, then we will jump in there and get that answers for you. Okay, great question. Let's take a look here. In case you need to hold them hostage, right? I'm just going to hold on to this TV of yours until you pay. So you did get the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So I feel like that is a yes. They are taking a different direction. So this is them moving out, just to confirm that. And you have the Hierophant that's coming in here too, which is about understanding your truth, understanding any contracts that you have too. So I feel like if there's if there's a new roommate, if there's a different housemate, someone coming in, that maybe it's like a contract um, is signed for a replacement housemate or someone else coming in, that you actually have kind of a contract that you write up, that yeah. And so yeah, maybe this time, I feel like that with the contracts, it's like, yeah, just they sign, and that way you have some sort of legal ramification, something that is legal, that you know that they have to pay. And if they don't, then you can take them to court. And sometimes just having that contract weeds out people that go, oh no, I don't want a contract. Like, why? Are you planning on dissing me? But I feel like this one, that they are gonna pay, and it's wish fulfillment. And then they're just saying for the future, spirit's just saying, hey, contemplate a contract. So I like it for you. Very fast and easy and breezy. I like that, right? No questions to answer questions. They're like, here you go. Yeah, you'll be fine. And um, consider this. So I like that for you, Dune. So a short and sweet one today. I definitely appreciate your donation. And um, we can take a look here too. Will you find a new roomie, a new housemate? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have the 8 of Wands, which is fast energy. So I feel like you will find a replacement, a new housemate, very fast as well. Wow, they're just like boom, answering your questions like fast. So that's what they have for you, Dune. So I greatly appreciate your donation. And thank you so much for that. All right. So we will continue moving down the list for the free readings. And thank you guys so much also for all the thumbs up on the video. It's something that is free, which is a great price. But even though it feels like a small thing, the YouTube algorithm loves them. And it really has them share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So you help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of that tidal wave of love to the world. And I greatly appreciate that as well. All right, so Skyfalls, you are up, and you want to know, what do the angels say about your past life? All right. All right. All right. Well, I do show here the past life that they want to kind of zero in on is one where you actually were kind of born into a place of high power, where it's like you had privilege, like a duke's son, or something along those lines, where you had a place that you were just put up there and people didn't like it. So there was a lot of conflict from early on that you dealt with about understanding the power that you wielded, because here you have the Ace of Wands. But there was conflict, there was people that were jealous, people that it's kind of almost like a movie star's son or a pastor's son. We realize that um, there's people like that get, or like a president, like in the United States, presidential children, they get drugged through, caca poo poo, because everyone, people that don't like the current president will attack the children, and they'll follow him, and they'll, put their lives out in front of everyone. And I kind of feel like that's what happened in this past life, is that, you had to experience that from very early on, and you didn't know any better. You just thought that was normal, and you learned to deal with it, but you had to deal with it. And, with where you were at, it felt like there was, like you had wish fulfillment, like, this is like just feeling like you were living the dream, which, in that particular situation, you felt like you were, but then there was change that happened. There was this, it's just like the castle burned down, whatever happened. um, there was a movement out from that life, which, of course, was kind of common back then. Of if someone fell out of favor with royalty, they had everything taken from them. And I feel like that's what happened. It wasn't you, but it was like your parents, your father was removed out of their position, and you had to move home and location, and then it became more of you know I feel like I mean, literally, you guys became like, you had to become farmers, you had to actually put in all the work, and here's all this struggle that came. You learned to work hard, and had to realize your power outside of being in power. And by that, it means that you developed your own um, inner strength, your own realization of your own abilities and your own skills. And whereas before things were just given so freely, you had to earn them, and you learned to do that. And then it's like you had a whole new life. And I kind of feel like you even left home and became like an explorer, like you um, there was just so much, and it wasn't like you were exiled. There was just so much history that followed whatever happened with your father and your parents, that they were like, you just felt like, I just want a new start, I want to get away from it all. And then you did, you went and started a new life, a new adventure somewhere else. So that's what they want you to know, and to see if that resonates, like brings anything into your life in this lifetime. Do you feel like there's something there? So that's what they have for you, Skyfalls. So many blessings to you. Thanks for the question. I love jumping into the past. All right. So I do have another donation here. Thank you so much. So let me just jump down here. Whoops, there it goes. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so June, you gave me another one. All right. So thank you. I was like, I thought I was looking at the same one twice. It happens when you get older. You can get confused very easy, especially I haven't had all my coffee. All right. So you're planning on a visit to your kids next month. Can you see it happen? All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about the visit to your children. Speaking of coffee, let me just take another sip here. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, let me take a look at these here. Okay. All right. I feel like it won't happen next month, because you said next month. Yeah. I feel like with the Hermit card, this is you stepping away, and whatever situation, it just gets delayed. I feel like this is you, Spirit is having you step inward and really connect to them here. And through that process, you find a different way here, because I feel like, especially with the Hermit card, with the Devil card, which is your shadow, this is all, it shakes up something shakes up next month, where with the delay it just makes you look at some things, you know in here, and it's like, okay, so things get delayed, things get rattled for you to look at them, but it also allows you to see your power. It shows that you are able to make something work in the future. It's just you stepping into your power through that. I mean, you got three major arcana here. You got the Hermit, and the Devil, and the Magician. So this is about a significant realization that comes in, but it does help you realize your power. So this is this you know delay that happens, I feel, with that, because then you do have these three cards. You have like 3, 3, and 3, and you have the Ace of Swords, which is about new communication. There is this, the Queen of Cups, which is about diving deep into the emotions. And then there also is the Eight of Cups, which is you walking away from emotions that no longer serve you, which they walk away to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And I feel like whatever this new communication is that comes in around the visit, that it just triggers diving deep into your emotions, because the Queen of Cups rolls over emotions, and they're all the queens are given a second helping of emotions, water. So she's able to dive deep, deep, deep down inside. So I feel like with that Devil card popping in with that Hermit card, that it really, whatever communication comes in, whoever it comes in from, it just triggers some deep diving, but it allows you to really face some old emotions, to release them. And that's, a part of it all. Because you do have, the Knight of Swords, so there is movement in communication. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about abundance, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and the Justice card. So The Justice card, here's that Ace of Swords that they're wielding here, the balancing out of some thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, and stuff happening. And I really feel with that Queen of Pentacles, it is about that Hermit. It's whatever this communication comes in, it cuts you in your heart. It's like, oh, it's like disappointment hits, and it has you look inward and downward into those emotions. And it allows you to really face some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you have that were fears. And it allows you to free yourself from it, which will allow a different type of visit in the future that's more free and more flowing and more full of life and love than than how it would go if you went next month. So just know it's happening on purpose for a purpose, because you've got all these three that are handling your visit next month. They're delaying it on purpose for a purpose to have you really face some things, but it allows you to find your power, because ultimately this is how you end up on the other side of it, instead of feeling trapped like this down here. So you'll get communication somehow, some way, that around the visit not happening, and that's what triggers this inward search. So you're going to be getting information somehow that you're not able to go, and that's what just has all these emotions unfold and kind of erupt for you. So either like your children are saying, "Oh no," or whatever, they're like, we can't right now," and it's like, "What? No," or um, finance delays and being able to go something. There's the message that comes impacts you, and then but you it's for you. That's the biggest thing, is just realize, okay, this helps it be a more wonderful visit in the future, and I will feel more empowered with it, rather than feeling like you're trapped, like that Devil card, where there's these restrictions or these chains. That's usually, sometimes it's even feeling caged. It's like it's going to be a wonderful experience, instead of feeling like full of expectations, and like I said, feeling restricted. So that is what they have for you, Dune. So again, thank you for your second donation and your second question. Many blessings to you. I know those are the fun ones, but it's freedom on the other side. So we have to look, is like, you know what? Let me see the freedom on the other side. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So, and it will be worth it. So many blessings to you. All right. So we will continue with the free reading. So we'll scroll back to the top. And Mira, you were the next free reading. And what spirit message do they have for you? They actually want to go over here to the Ask Your Guides Oracle, and let's see what they have for you. Thank you guys so much again for being here. I love your energy and your thirst for messages from spirit. They definitely love interacting with us, and we all have the ability to interact one-on-one, but they definitely love bringing through messages for all of us as a group, because even when one person asks a question, and when we listen, we can glean so much too. I know I learn a lot about things as I'm pulling these. So we've got Devotion coming up here. Beautiful card there. There it goes. And that is from the Nature Spirits. And that is card number 44, a power number for sure. And it says the presence of the Creator is everywhere. So if you feel disconnected from the divine, you're the one who left. It's true. We're the ones that are like, where did they go? And they're like, look up there. Your nature spirits are beckoning you back to a place of awareness that reconnects you to your source. Do not allow your mind to isolate you in fear or get stuck dwelling on misery. Instead, go outside and take in the natural world, which is a beautiful gift for you to enjoy. See the divine all around you. Focus on the beauty, power, and holiness that nature affirms. Humbly surrender to this greatest of forces, present in all things, including you. Your nature's spirit message is breathe in the divine. You are in the creator, and the creator is in you. I like it. So, definitely stepping away from all the chaos and all the noise and all the fear stuff that we have when we get out into nature, get away from our current area, we can take a breath. All that stuff demanding our attention falls away, it gets quieter and quieter. And then that's when we can connect with spirit and with the creator and realize, just what blessings and we have everything in our life. So I like that for you, Mira. So you can get out into nature as much as you can. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So thank you so much. I do have a couple of donations. The first one up here is from Jaded Kate. Welcome, welcome. Let me scroll down here. Thank you so much. And let me just see. All right. And then Dune, I do see another one from you. So you'll be up after that. All right. So Jaded Kate, you just want to know what's going on with regards to you and your twin flame. You're still waiting for him to turn up in your life. Uh-oh. Some insight into his thoughts and feelings. Okay, absolutely. Let's take a look here. I know, it's a passionate connection we have with twin flames, but there's also a lot of fire that comes with it that burns our butt. So just know that it's, you're preparing yourself for the flame that's going to be coming here. Let's take a look here and see what spirit has for you here. Okay. Yeah, fire. Exactly. Okay, none of those. What else? All right. So the first two cards that popped up, of course, here you guys are. So they're definitely doing that. And they're showing the death card, the death and rebirth card. So they're showing me, two cocoons, and that it's you both are going through these rebirths and this energy change. The delay is happening to look inward and to grow your inner love vibration from the inside, and that just is bringing you guys to the point. So it's like it has to happen. You don't want to come together as caterpillars, they want you to come together as butterflies. And so the caterpillar stage is what you guys are going through. You're releasing things, which is represented by this page of swords. This allows you to see things from a higher perspective, your thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets and attitudes and expectations. There it goes. And it allows you to connect to a higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love, while at the same time cutting away a lot of the expectations that would impact your ability to connect on this higher level. You'd battle as caterpillars, battle to the death of the caterpillars, but instead you become butterflies which help each other. And so there is this change going on here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because here we go. You have the Ace of Swords right here again coming up for you, which helps you guys get beyond these energy blocks. And so your energy vibration is being worked on, and through these experiences, this cutting away of more and more of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and attitudes, it's allowing you to be able to really step in your power and be able to step through the energy blocks, which you guys are on the other side. That's where you meet. And so they're having this pause happen as you look into your self love. And that's what you both are going through, is expanding the your love. What is it? I think it's Rumi that says, we don't have to find love, we just discover the barriers, like the barriers that we've created between us and love. And so both of you are dismantling the barriers that you have between yourselves and love, which then will allow you guys at the proper time to have that unfold. Yeah. Yeah, because you have the victory of the Six of Wands, you have the wish fulfillment, which this takes you guys, into the direction of, this is the marriage card. So you do end up moving in different directions to be able to meet each other. And that's what happens, with as you're doing the inner work. I mean, all these wands, you got like 3 wands here, which shows the energy, um, the energy block. That 9 of wands is like, this is what's on the other side, and you get to, transform those. So I do like this for you. So it is here. It's in the cards. All the fire. Well, yeah, wands, duh, fire energy. So all of the twin flames. Here's all the fire that brings you guys to that wish fulfillment. But like it is, they're showing two caterpillars with swords on God, fighting. And they're like, no, we didn't want that in this lifetime. um I feel like in a past lifetime. Yeah, right. You're like, but they're basically saying the same story of the 7 of Pentacles, is that things are unfolding. It's the cocoon they gave me, which is like the 7 of Pentacles anyway. I know, but it's that you both are working on those inner things, because in a past lifetime, you guys were, when you did your twin flame journey, it was conflict. You did a lot of the caterpillars, the humans, you know, cutting away things. It was very aggressive, um, and extremely passionate. But this lifetime, you guys were like, all right, we put in the work, the huge, conflict work in this lifetime. This lifetime is going to be like twin flame light. It's just, you're taking the time to become the butterflies this time, so that you can be fluttering together in harmony, going from flower to flower, enjoying it. But you're doing your right now. So that's what they have going on with that right now. So that's what they have. So what's going on? So that's what's going on with their, yeah, it was still waiting, and his thoughts and feelings regarding all of this. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys are such mirrors that, the frustration of the whittling away of the caterpillar into caterpillar juice is like, come on, let's go. I'm seeing an old commercial of like, I think it was a Black Friday one. It was like, open, 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 open. You're like, come on, let's open. Come on, cocoon. I wanted to, but it's like, if you go out too early, then you don't have the muscle, the wing muscles to fly. Then you'll be crawling around just being a pretty caterpillar, but you're not able to fly. So it's like taking the time to let things unfold, even how frustrating it can be. Just know it's for the best, and it's going to be so worth it. So no wing, man, no wings. You have the wings, they just won't work. It's like, well, they're pretty. It's like when you wear fairy wings, the fake ones. It's like, you can't fly, but they're pretty to look at, but not functional. So that's what they want. So that's what they have for you, Jaded Kate. So good seeing you, and thank you again so much for your donation. I do honor that energy exchange. All right. So Dune, you're very welcome. You had a question there. So thank you for your additional donation. You're so generous. Thank you. So you want to try to start a side hustle next year. What type, if you do? Let's see what Spirit has for you here. Okay, and let's take a look. So, what kind of side hustle? Hey, Priyanka Yadav, I do see your question. I know sometimes YouTube doesn't have those pop up like on your end. So when I see people starting to post it several times, I just like to let you know that I do see it. I do go down in order, so you don't have to post it anymore. We got you. I'll eventually, hopefully, get down to down on the free list. But there you go. Yep. Samina, you can post your question, and I'll talk a little bit about how all that works here after I finish with Dune here. So, what kind of side hustle? Let's take a look here. Just trying to get some clarification around this. Well, so the you got the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you, and you go through like a wish fulfillment. And the Nine of Swords represents fears around, living your dream and doing things like that. And the movement of energy from fear to one of more of assistance. So I feel like what they're saying here is that whatever, like the side hustle, don't let it be of the mind. Don't let it be of a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to, etc. Let it be something of the heart, something that you brings your heart joy and that you'd enjoy. That feels like a wish. Like it's almost like the side hustle is something that you would do if you, if money wasn't like in the equation. Like, I would love to do this all the time. It's like start this wish fulfillment, allow it to be you moving into doing that thing that you'd want to do with your life. If there were no obstacles, no money, whatever, if you could like live the dream, which is you hit it off to living your wish fulfillment, it's like, what would that be? And that's what they're wanting you to focus on, because they're like, get out of the mind of like, well, it needs to make money, it needs to do this, it. They're like, you're already doing that with your career right now. It's the mind is controlling that, right? This is about you having the side hustle be something that makes your heart sing, brings you joy, that after you finish doing the work you do, you're going to be energized to do a side thing because it brings your heart joy. You can't wait to get off of work to be able to do this thing. And that's what I feel with this, because, the nine of swords is like, it'll be a nightmare if you want to do this. Exactly. So let that side hustle be something you love, though, because it's living the dream. Otherwise, you're just going to be existing in your day job and existing for the side hustle, which, you know, this is definitely a live your dream, live your heart, and live, don't just exist. And that's what I feel like they're saying here with the side hustle is, head off and do things that are your dream, not, of the other. So that's what they have for you with that, which I like. It's like, eh, why jump from the frying pan into the fire by doing something that's just going to meet the checkbox of the mind, the supposed to, the should, the need to. Let the heart lead the side hustle, because then with your passion, with doing something you love, it automatically shares and takes off, because your energy is one of joy and gratitude and living the dream rather than fears of, you know, not having enough, or what am I missing? And because when we focus on that, that's what grows. But when you're focusing on what you love, it just, you don't think about all these fears and stuff so much, and that stops expanding and this starts expanding instead. So that's what they have for you, Dune. I like it. So what is it? What's that thing that you would love to do if money and everything wasn't an obstacle? And then look into doing that and pursue that, is what their recommendation is for you. So that's what they have, Dune. Again, thank you so, so much for your multiple donations. I really do honor that. So that is what they have. All right. So we are at the top of the first hour, and I had some questions come up down below too about how does this work? The free readings and everything. And so what happens is I do go in order of the chat. So it's first come, first serve for the free readings, and I do go down in order as they come in. Then, if you do want your reading to get priority, when you make a donation, either by Super Chat or on Venmo or PayPal, I do honor that energy exchange. So I step outside of the free readings, complete the donations, and then I go back in order and continue going down the list. So that's how it works. And that's your public service announcement for now. We'll go back to the regular scheduled program now. All right. All right. So let's see here. We left off Mira. Yeah, Mira, we gave you the spirit message about nature. I remember that now. All right. So Vanchika, you're the next free reading coming up. And he does Arush. Have they started loving you? Oh, friend. Oh, isn't that the best way? If it's mutual, starting off as friends, isn't that perfect? Like best friends. All right. So let's take a look here and see what their feelings are for you. Okay. Well, so the Wheel of Fortune does tell us that about fate, and that people come into our life on purpose for a purpose. And it feels like the purpose that they are in your life is not really for love, but just for you understanding your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindsets about yourself and the world. And because this Ace of Swords allows you to cut away some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep you restricted um, and kind of caged and chained. And it has to do with your self-worth, because the Knight of Pentacles here quests after all the knights quest, but this particular knight quests after the Ace of Pentacles, which is about seeing your worth differently in relation to the outside world. So it does, this is a soulmate, a person, which can be a family member, a friend, or, lover, romantic, whatever. But they do teach you about this, about your self-worth, and about how you look at yourself in relation to the outside world. And the reason I say that I don't feel like it's lovers or romantic is because of the Three of Swords, which this is, heartbreak, disappointment, what we're wanting not unfolding. But that's where this king comes in too, because the king um, cuts away these thoughts and these beliefs and mindsets that end up disappointing us, our supposed tos and our shoulds and our need tos and our have tos and our musts. You connect to such high power and high knowledge of knowledge that is rooted in the unconditional love of the higher realms, rather than these fears of losing conditional love in the human world. And I do like that, because here is you ending old cycles and beginning new ones. So you are going through this amazing transformation with all of this. And again, it's all fated, with that Wheel of Fortune that, this was meant to happen. This person is a divine appointment to show you this, and that's what happens, when we have this desire for someone and it doesn't they're not at the same level, we can't help. Our heart loves who they love, and so does their heart, and we can't force them love me. And they're like, I wish I did. There's been situations in everyone's life where someone loves us so much, and I'm like, I wish I had those feelings for them, but I don't, and don't want to fake it. I don't want to, you know, I want them to have whoever makes them happy, and I want whoever makes me happy, and so there is this lesson that comes through this. So I know we've all been there. You're not alone. And so my heart goes out to you because I know we've been on the side of that. You know, I can think of a handful of people that I'm like, oh, okay, well, we just realized that everything unfolds for us, and that if it's not requited love that comes back, then there's something else for us, for our path. But I get to learn from this mirror about myself, and I feel like that's what's going on here. So that's what they have, Vanchika. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Sending you a lot of love. All right. So continue moving down the list. And all right. So, Shilpa, thank you so much for your donation. So, we will jump to you next. Hello, and you going to change your MBA degree. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so will your university help you with this change of your degree? So, what would you like Shilpa to know, please? All right, I do like this. So you do have the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities. So this is that change you're talking about, and what might feel like conflict in the beginning. Um, just know that it does work out because you've got the Page of Cups, so new emotion, and the Sun card, which is victory, brightness, and all of that. So if you get a little pushback in the beginning, try not to get defensive because it'll end up into a battle. Instead, greet it with love and sunshine. Just stay positive with their interactions with you, and everything just turns out in victory, and it works out. So, um, I do like that for you. But yeah, that 5 of Wands is like, don't I feel like if they push back and ask questions, it's not because they don't want to help. They're just trying to understand your decision, understand what you need. And so if they're like, well, so why are you doing that? Don't be like, well, how dare you don't attack. Just know that they're inquiring because they really do want to understand how they can help you. So don't let fear cause a conflict. Just know that they're asking questions to help you, and that's really what the intention is. So I like that for you because the Sun card is like one of the most victorious cards. So boom, that is what they have coming in. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So we are good. So many blessings to you again, Shilpa. Thank you so much for your donation. And let me scroll back up here. And where did we leave off? Okay, so Cutie Pie Aditi, you are the next free reading. And you want to know any lessons and blessings in your current situation that you get to learn and accept. I like that. I like replacing have tos with get to, because the have to feels like work and an expectation. But when we go, what blessings do I get to learn? Yay, you know, because there is truly no have to, should, need to, musts. Those are our fear things, but we get to look and go, what do I get to learn? So let's take a look here. All right. What else? All right. Yeah, I do see here. So what you get to learn and the blessing too, because it's this movement of the 5 is a change. So you're able to change these feelings of being abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind. These another 5, a change of the energy of what feels like fear and attacking and competition, and all these emotional confusion around all of these feelings that just follow around all of this. This is like a whirlwind, like a or tornado or hurricane, more like a hurricane, because there's a storm that's raging around, but there's this eye of the storm that you can get to. And that's where you're learning. You're learning to not be drawn out into the storm by bright, shiny things, like, what's that? And then you're doing backflips and flipping around and, spinning around. And it's hard, it's confusing when we're dizzy and flying around. But this is in the eye of the storm. The 9, which 9s are all about the hermit's journey, because the 9 is the hermit's card. And the 9 of Pentacles is about your worth and finding your wholeness and completeness in the world. But the 9 is you find it in this personal garden. You are here by yourself with spirit, which, and in this one also, they also have a, see if it'll focus in there. Maybe. There's a little snail at the bottom here. There they are. So that's a snail down there, which is about the slow movement that it takes to get there. But and they have their own home on their back too. So it's you finding this wholeness and completeness within yourself, which is both the lesson and the blessing, because you do feel this wholeness and this completeness within you, where you don't feel and have to experience all of this conflict with which emotion, what am I feeling, and battling and competing, and these feelings of, depending on the outside world. Because the 5 of Pentacles teaches us that when we are depending upon humans, the outside world, we do feel abandoned, left behind, out in the cold, wounded, barefoot. Um, but the 5 of Pentacles here, this represents the spirit world, creator, source, whatever you believe your higher source to be. And we realize that we do have everything we need in each moment. We can trust the creator. They have unconditional love, no conditions. We can't lose it. Eternal, it's everlasting and never ending. So we can't ever lose it. Outside humans, fickle, ever changing. If we don't do something that someone wants and they go into fear, they withdraw support. And then we have this fear of being abandoned, not having enough in each moment. But when we connect to that beautiful love from above and know that they're our source, they're our provider, they make sure we have everything we need in each moment. That 9 of Pentacles just forms around us, going, I have everything I need right here inside me. No one can take away my happiness, my wholeness, because it's from within, not from the outside. No one can make it. No one can take it from me. And I feel like this is the huge thing that's happening for you, that you're learning in your current situation. And boom, boom, once it hits, you're just like, wow. I know a big one for me is when I moved. It was 6 years ago, maybe 7. But when I moved from here originally to go live in another state near my blood family, I had so much to do in a short amount of time that I was like, "There's no way I can do all this." And I would always hear the creator go, "Do you trust me?" And I'd be like, "I do." And then in that moment, I would calm down and be able to do things and accomplish things, and then I'd start to freak out again and, "Do you trust me?" And it happened so much. It's almost embarrassing to say how often it happened, a few several times every hour. But that's when I learned over and over by repetition, I do trust the creator, and I feel like that's what you're going through as well. So that's what they have for you, Cutie Pie Aditi. Many, many blessings to you. All right, Samia, you are up next for the next free reading. All right. So we'll continue. And you want to know a career reading for next month. How will you perform in your work? Let's take a look here. All right. So for Samia, how will the performance be next month? All right. Well, I think you're going to get fired. I'm just kidding. It was just a joke. You do have a rebirth, though. You have something significant within your work that ends and begins. So maybe new duties, new opportunities, whatever this is regarding work, there is this great change that happens. And you are in this place, this path where you get to decide and make a decision, and I really feel like what they're telling you here, because you have the emotional choice card here too, is this is close your eyes and allow your heart to decide. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. Know that you are being given this opportunity and this choice of what you want to do. And with that, try not to have your mind be the one that only makes the decision. Invite your heart to the table to make a joint decision. Like, okay, what do I wish? What do I want to have happen? Because you do, I mean, there's no doubt that you do have new opportunity that comes up here with the Page of Pentacles, but you also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about feeling abundant. So you do have these that are coming in for you, which it's you're gonna do well. In fact, it's like you get an opportunity that comes up because of it, but you get to make the choice, and they're just saying, and to enjoy your job and your career even more, let your heart choose. So if like there's a position that opens up and they're like, hey, you do well at this. Have you thought about going in this area? And you're just like, it would be like it would make you hate your job to come into work every day. It's like, um, the one that's coming to my mind, because it's probably the one that I liked least in my career, was, manning the escalated call line, the complaint line, and you're just like, I learned a lot through it. I definitely did, but it's one lesson that I'd be like, I really don't want to deal with yelling people. And you're like, no, I'll pass. That's the decision that you get to make, is like, or if it's something like you're just like, oh my God, I'd love it. Then, then you know the answer. It's trust your heart in making the decision, though. So that's what they have for you, Samya. So many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down the list. Let me take a look here. All right. So I do apologize, Jen. I don't see an additional donation. I mean, you've donated 3 times, so I'm happy to do another one there for you. But I don't see it went through if it was sent. At least I didn't get an email. So, but we'll definitely, your financial situation next year. So will you have opportunities to get rich, richer? All right, let's take a look here, see what they have for you, June. Right. Okay, like that. And what else? So you do have the Chariot card coming in here for you, which does show movement and victory, but really this huge choice type of energy that's coming in. Because what I see here, what came up next, I was like, wow. So we've got, here is that Nine of Swords showing itself, which is the fears and the disappointments, the fears of disappointment. The 10 of Swords is a great card to have that, because, of course, this represents all expectations equal disappointment, and this is all the stuff that keeps you up at night and gives you nightmares. But ultimately, we reach up here to the 10 of Swords, which is exhaustion, trying to live up to all of those expectations, the musts, the belief, the have tos, the shoulds, the need tos, all of those things of what we feel we're supposed to have in our life. And I feel like this is what is a big lesson around financial things in your life next year is all of this stuff, living up to this, that all this pressure, all this stuff that's caging you in. And it's this looking at this. Thank you so much, June. There's, stuff that's just taking so much energy that this person is not dead. They're exhausted. All these expectations that were supposed to make someone feel whole and complete and all of that, they betrayed him. These expectations have literally stabbed you in the back. But they're looking over here for the sunrise, which is rising, which is new ways of thinking, new ways of looking at life. You're ready just to go, I'm tired of trying to live up to all of these opinions and I want to live. Because you do have the Page of Pentacles coming in, which is new opportunities that come in. But there's this balancing too of the higher and the lower, of the mind and the heart. Just this storm that's raging behind, which is because of all this thoughts and beliefs that's happening. There's this balancing that's coming in here. And that's where this opportunity comes in. And it brings in new passion, new drive, and new energy. Because instead of investing your energy and trying to live up to everyone else, I just feel like when you let all of these expectations go, that's what brings in abundance. And because when we say richer, we could have, an example they're giving me is like, I used to make almost 100 grand a year as a manager, but I was miserable. I was exhausted. I was on the brink of an emotional breakdown because of the pressure I had myself under trying to live up to. you know, this was me. I know this feeling. This was me. And I even though had money, I was wealthy in money. I was poor in spirit and I was poor in joy. And when I made the change to leave that high paying job, it freaked a lot of people out. They were like, how could you leave that? And I'm like, how could I not? I want to live my dream. I was existing and not living. And so I became richer when I chose less money. And so I feel like that's like the message here is to really understand what these expectations are that are driving you with those swords, and to really understand for this next year what will make you truly richer, um, instead of the other. So That's what they have for you there. There's opportunity for you to be richer within. Um, um, and financially, I mean, you can. Yeah, they have the King of Wands again, entrepreneur energy coming in, which can also make you feel richer in yourself, even though the money might be less in the beginning. It's like, but you're living, you're not existing. You're not on the verge of an emotional and mental breakdown. You're full of joy and passion and enjoying life. What was it? There's someone that said, we spend um, all our time making money, sacrificing our health to use all the money later to get back our health. And that's kind of what the energy I'm feeling for you, Dune. So that's what they have for you right now. Again, thank you for your donation. I see that it did go through. So thank you so, so much. But that's what they have right now for you. All right. And I think that was all the donation. Yes. So we will return back to the free readings. Let me just scroll back up here. And Brenda, you were up next, and you want to know, will you grow in your healing job financially? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here. They're like, yes. So you have the Eight of Pentacles. You do the work, continue to do the work, and then you will move up in the outside world. So they're to like continue to work on doing the daily tasks, carry the wood, chop the wood, carry the water, I think is the Zen saying. It's continue to do the daily tasks. It's like an apprentice who eventually, after doing the work and learning the skill and raising it up, eventually becomes the master. And so with this, it's continue to do it. It will end in, and you will grow in the job financially. I kind of feel like you're like in the middle of it though. I don't feel like you're at the end where it's about to, boom, but you are making the steady progress. It's like you're not at the beginning, you're not in the first one third or the last two thirds. You're like in the middle. And so they're like, just be patient, continue to carry the water, chop the wood, that's doing the daily tasks, and then it does unfold. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Easy breezy. One card can fly out, and they're like, this is it. I'm like, okay, that is it. So that's what they have. So many blessings for you. All right. So the next free reading is for Marie. Hello. Like a career reading from now until the end of January of next year. Let's take a look. I like it. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So that is a good sign, right? It's wheel is turning in your favor. So there is a good beginning, a change that's happening as this turns. You are being offered, this new passion, this new drive that comes in. So here's the ending, here's the beginning. Something exciting, something that brings you a lot of energy and passion and um, just drive. So something significantly happens between now and the end of January. And you're being offered something new that is more bringing you more emotion instead of boredom here. The three cups here, you can see how they're not noticing it yet. So it's like, ugh, the same old empty cups that don't fill me up. Well, here comes an offering here, like the offering here of new passion. Here's the offering of new emotion, new excitement around your career and what you're doing there too. So I like it. Positive, positive things. So something to look forward to. I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you, Marie. So easy breezy coming through on there. And we will continue moving down the free one. So Lilac Rooms, And so you're asking here, did you make a mistake by sending that last message to someone, and should you unsend it? Well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. Right. Okay, a little more clarity on that. Okay, thank you. No, I don't think so. I think you did not make a mistake. I mean, you have the King of Cups here, which is balancing heart and mind. But you have the 7 of Cups too. I mean, the 7 of Wands, which is you don't have to worry about defending your choices or what you sent, that you're okay. You know, you're in a place, a higher place here. And you have the 6 of Cups too, which does um this is about someone from your past contacting you coming up too. So if the last message was to someone from your past, then it's okay. I mean, they're definitely saying here that, it's all about balancing heart and mind, but not to fear, not to worry that if anyone, says anything, does anything, it's because they feel low about themselves. It has anything to do with you. You are in a high place, that you just be you, express yourself, is really what I feel like with these cards coming in here. But with that 6 of Cups, I do feel like if this um, if it brings up old memories, if it brings up old wounds, old feelings, um, then it's meant to be. We never make a mistake. There really are no mistakes. Everything happens. Every moment uh, is perfect for us. Any moment is never ever wasted. It is beautiful. It helps us with our experiences. If it causes conflict, then the conflict was meant to come up so we can deal with it, not fear it and keep it stuffed anymore. So I like that. It's like, what is our fear? Well, my fear is that if I send it and then, if they don't love me, or if it causes, friction, it's like, it's information. You get to decide what it means anyway. So if they get upset, then it's like, okay, what do I get to learn from this interaction? It was brought up to upset them, for them to bubble up emotions, for them to deal with it and to release it. So it's happening for them, it's happening for you. So yeah, definitely, I don't feel like you need to unsend it at all. You just get to go through whatever experience unfolds on the other side of it, knowing that it's for you. So that's the big thing, right? It's like, I don't know, but we get to face whatever fear we have during the situation too. What are we fearing? What do we have to fear, right? But that's what they have for you, Lilac. So many blessings for you. All right, great courts. You're the next free reading coming up. Let me just check here. Let me just expand this a little further here. Okay. Lilac, I just feel with that past card, I feel like it's going to bring up some past emotions for both of you, really, because it's fear is what we, you know, y- your concern is actually rooted in the fear. So it's an old emotion that's coming up. What are you fearing? What in the past has happened when you've spoken up and it happened? That's your past experiences coming up. If anything, if they get upset, then that's their past experiences coming up. So they were very mysterious about the outcome with that, because I feel like if they told you the answer right now, um, it would either really really freak you out, or it would not allow you to face the fear that's coming up right now, because that's the ripple of whatever that past thing happened. Like, I've spoken up before and it blew up, and this is what happened, and you can't help what other people are going to take your words, right? If your words have been misconstrued in the past, there's nothing you can do about it, because we can't control people's minds, even though we have this wish of, I wish I could control people's minds and make them see my truth. It's like, oh, how mighty powerful we want to be, right? So just embrace the experience, really take a deep breath, come out of fear, and look at, what are you fearing? That's the why this happens for you. So that's what they're wanting you to focus in on, is what is this bringing up within me? Because you can't control what's going to come up inside them, even no matter how careful you are. Trust me, I know I've tried to be very, very, very careful. Even with customers, working in a call center is a huge experience for any of us. When you try to, like, I tried to help this customer and they just refuse to let me help them. And it's like, what a lesson we learn is, like, I can't control what other people think, want, do, or whatever. I can only control this. And that's what you can focus your energy on. All right, great quartz. You are up for the next free reading. And what is your next year looking like? Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Ooh. Okay. I like these. Okay, yeah. Definitely a consistent message here. So you do step up. I mean, you've got 4 major arcana out of 5. Next year is a huge year. You really step up and take control. The emperor rules over their all the kings, and so you are really stepping up and saying, this is what I want for my life. Aries energy, action, movement, um, just passion. I am living my life. I'm no longer letting people tell me what my life should be. You also, right after that, you have the Hierophant, which is you really getting in tune with what your truth is, your capital T truth. You're like, that's it. I'm going to live my life. Oh, but what do I want? Well, this is you finding out what you really want. What is your truth, your inner truth, not the outer truth, but the inner truth. And so you have that coming in. You have victory, you have recognition, you have this beautiful flowing of your energy, the fire energy. You know, the magician too, which is fire energy, really standing in your power, investing your energy where you want, seeing that you have everything within you to make things happen. You're not waiting on the outside world, you're stepping forward and living your truth. And I do like that victory comes from that. And if that victory wasn't enough, you got the Sun card too, which is total fire and victory. So Leo energy, but you've Aries energy. I think this is Taurus, but you've got fire, a lot of passion, a lot of energy. So your next year looks great, but it's you stepping up and saying, I've had enough of everyone telling me how my life should be, and I'm going to live it. So there it goes. So I like that for you, Great Quartz. Remember us when you end up ruling the world. So I like that. All right. Okay. So I got an advertisement from Venmo. I thought it was a donation. I was like, what? And I'm like, oh, that's not from someone. So, all right. So we'll continue moving down the list. All right. You are very welcome. So next up for the next free reading is Bumika Ranjit Batra. And I might have murdered some of that. I do apologize. So what is the universe's message for you? Oh, I do want to pull here from the actually, they do want the Angels and Ancestor Oracles. Let's see what they have for you. Thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up on the video. It does help spread the beautiful love from above to the world through the videos that they share. The YouTube algorithm loves the likes and the comments and subscribing. So thank you guys so much for being part of that huge tsunami of love. So Bumika, what do you want Bumika to know, please? Okay, there it is. You've got the Protection Guardian. What a beautiful card. And it says, drop your shields. All right. So let's take a look here, see what else the Protection Guardian has for you. It says, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. The Protection Guardian is a feminine version of the Archangel Michael. So she's a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe, but will allow your gifts to shine out. Wow, I like that. Although she is here to guard you from the lower energies, she's completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. And the extended message for this card is you may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Boom. I like it. Very powerful. So that is what they have. I don't think I can add anything onto that. Beautiful, beautiful message that you are not alone, that you are protected, and you can drop your shields of fear and really just connect to that beautiful love. I love the love force field analogy. I really like that. All right, so that's what they have for you. Thank you so much. And next up for the next free reading is Anurada Singh. I probably totally mispronounced that. My apologies. And so you'd like to know if Deepak is your twin flame in their current energy. Let's take a look here. See who is Deepak to you and what is going on. All right. Well, I laugh because wands is fire, and two, so two fires, two flames. So I really feel like this is spirit in their little comical way saying, yeah, this is twin flames here. That is going on, and what their current energy is. There is the Ace of Pentacles here, which is new opportunities, new worth is being determined here. And that's what twin flames do. Twin flames come in to each other's life and there's a draw to each other, but they're also, if you think of like science lab, you're each are a Bunsen burner too, and you burn each other's butt. The bottom of the little glass, the little glass tubes. The Bunsen burner is the fire that boils and fine tunes and refines each other. So it also that each other's actions just can be a lot of love one moment and then a lot of friction the next by actions. And they show us, they don't allow us to not see what we want to see about ourselves. They like force each other to look in the mirror and go, wow, this is what we wanted to see about ourselves. And so the Ace of Pentacles here is a new opportunity that's coming up around showing, learning about your own worth in relation to the outside world. So their actions, their current energy is about developing their own sense of their worth in the outside world. And being mirrors, this is also what you will be seeing through whatever actions come in. We do have the chariot card, which is movement. So you should be seeing movement within your interactions and your energies here very, very soon. It's a fast moving energy. It's victorious. It also brings in the power of learning about our power of choice, which every moment is either a choice of the fear of losing conditional love or the unconditional love from above. Each moment we get to choose what story we want to put. Is it a story of fear of losing conditional love or of unconditional love? The emotion we choose to feel in each moment, is it of fear or love, unconditional love? So there is this energy that's coming in about, here is a learning lesson for each of you about what choices you want to make and that you hold the power to choose. No matter what comes your way, you're the one that's choosing what emotion you want to feel and what story you're putting to it. People don't do things to us, they do things for us, because in whatever actions they have, it's igniting things and having us question our choices that we're making. Let's see, that's getting a little bright there, little less glary. There we go. So yeah, that's what we do. We can move a little shield to make it a little less glary, a little less if you wish. But that's what they have for you right now. I know it's like, oh, I want the other. Now I did post a pick a card. Let me pull that up here for everyone. um what messages does your soulmate, soul partner, and or twin flame have for you? And I'm going to post that down in the chat here. So if you want to check that out, there are messages from those, and it does talk about the difference between a soulmate, a soul partner, and a twin flame. So you can get some clarification around that if you wish as well. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. All right. And Dollface Diva, you are the next free reading. And what will this weekend bring? So this weekend, let's take a look here. A lot, evidently, like half the deck was about to fly out. Very powerful weekend. Let's see here. Well, I like it. I think I might have pulled cards for this last night because this seems familiar to me. Maybe I dreamt about it too, because I do dream about card reading sometimes. Nine of Pentacles, a very abundant, fulfilling, full weekend. This is you finding the fullness within yourself, which I like. But in addition to that, because I feel like this is like, I think you got this card, but the Six of Cups is about people from your past showing up, some good, um, but happy memories. It's good. The Four of Wands is celebration, gets together, party. So I feel like there's this fullness, this wholeness that feels. So if you have an opportunity to get together with old friends or family or people you haven't seen in a while, it's a good opportunity to do so, and it'll bring a lot of joy and a lot of stabilized energy for you too, but very much this wonderful feeling of inner wholeness and fullness that comes from that Nine of Pentacles too. So I like that, Diva. Boom, boom, boom. It's a wonderful, full, joyful, getting together with old friends and family type of energy. Or at least if you're not getting together with them in person, it's like contacting someone from the past will contact you or you'll contact them. It brings joy into your life. So I like it. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. And so Parul, Pathak, Patak. I'm sorry. I'm probably murdering it. They're just like, just stop, just do my reading. So namaste to you as well. I am doing very well. I hope you are as well. And so, which self are you changing into, and how and what will be the best version of you in the future? All right. The best version of us in the future is when we're back on the other side, right? But we'll see the human character. We'll focus in on that. Because ultimately, we're down here to really experience who we're not, to more fully understand who we are. Like I referenced this, whatever you call it, this thing on my wall, this wall hanging, this tapestry. If it was all white, we wouldn't get to really understand and see the true picture of us. But experiencing the shadows, we see more this, being that we are here. And so, so really, they're bringing a learning lesson of this for anyone who's listening. Is by experiencing our humanness, we have this. At the end of this, each human life, we have such a more intricate understanding of who we are, because we're powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And when we come down here and experience conditional love and chaos and sadness and resentments and all these delicious emotions tied to conditions and fear, we more have a bigger appreciation for who we are. It's like air. You're breathing air, but you don't realize you're breathing air until you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air going, that is air, because this is non-air. You have an appreciation and understanding for both, but then you start swimming back towards air because that's what you breathe. And that's what this life is. We come down here underwater and we go through our life, and then we return back to breathing air eventually, so much more aware of who we are. So that's the big picture information they wanted to share. And then, what self are you changing into here on the planet? And just information about what that version is. Because they are saying every version is perfect. Every version in each moment is who we are. So the best version of you is you, your higher self. This is the star card, is the spiritual realm. So that's them going, ha ha ha. Also Aquarian energy. So if you're an Aquarius, it's like you being in true you, a giver and a bringer of unconditional love from above. That's ultimately our biggest, best human version, is when we become less and less and less of our human character and more allowing our higher self to fill in the human character, not pursuing so much the outside world, and the things that we're taught are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, blah, 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 but allowing ourselves to fill up with that unconditional love from above and allowing it to overflow out to the world. That is the ultimate experience, because we come down here as a human character, living all these fear-based things, told to look outside of ourselves for fulfillment and overflow, to feel full and complete. But people, all of it's unstable, because relationships, we're told, will complete us, but people change or pass away, unstable, not fulfilling. Also, the told thing, like situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever it is, situations we can get into, that's going to make you feel full. It's constantly changing. It doesn't fulfill us for very long, if at all. And then, of course, possessions, our bodies, bank accounts, all that stuff, stolen, it burns down, it blows up, it deteriorates, it breaks. And so we learn, when we're looking out at all our outside things, that we eventually turn inward and upward, and then we join with our higher self. It's like the numerology. 11 is like our mastering our human experience. 22 is like realizing we're much more than our human. We have a spiritual side. When you add 11 plus 22, you get power number 33, master number 33, which is the joining together. Spirit doesn't have to destroy our human. our spirit completes and gives our ego, our human side, what it's been searching for all along, which is the living waters. It is the love from above that it brings. It pours it out onto the land and into the waters, our emotions and our spirit. The land here is our mind and our physical world. It gets poured out into both of us, and that's when we have our ultimate. That's the best version of our human experience, is when we've melded together our human with our higher self, and we're walking hand in hand through life, which brings us this feeling. This is like us, our higher self and our human self, emotional overflowing and fulfillment. This is what happens when we fill up, and that love overflows out to the world. Realizing that we have the higher ground. We don't have to defend who we are. People will attack us when they feel lower than us, but we can reach down and give them a helping hand. We can bring them those living waters, and that transforms them too. These are all the people, all our little soul friends that are interacting with us in this lifetime as well. So that is who you're changing into, bit by bit, as you allow your higher self to complete you, not feel like you have to um, become someone else. Which, that's what it is. Like Rumi, I think I mentioned that earlier too. Rumi, I think it's Rumi that says we don't have to find love. We just get to discover the barriers that our human has built between us and love. And it's the removing of the barriers that allows us to see who we really are, because we veiled and have built a barrier between that for our experience. But then slowly we move those barriers away. So that is what they have for you. I know they went deep on that one. I know. So, but listen to it as many times as you need to. It's a beautiful, beautiful, freeing message. All right. So we'll continue going down the list here. We are at the top of the second hour. So this is when I do my public service announcement that I'll be on for less than about 30 minutes more. So I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can as I go down the list. If you do want to prioritize your reading to make sure I do get to it within this session, just a donation of any kind, I do honor that energy exchange. I will prioritize it and make sure it gets completed in this session. If you're unable to make a donation, I totally understand. We're not always able to do that. I do offer a ton of free content. So if I don't get to you in this session, if you go to my main page, there's a ton of playlists, weekly energy updates, even have like the equinox and solstice, monthly readings, pick a card readings, just a lot of free stuff. So if you follow your heart, Spirit will guide you to the video that does have messages for you. I also will be back in about 6 hours for my evening session. And then again, back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And I'm here every night at 7 p.m. Mountain. So that is available. Make sure, if you haven't already watched let me just grab these here. I post them at the beginning, but I do give away a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. Here's the video on how you can enter that. You still have time, because after this session, I will eat and then piddle around a little bit, and then I'll close it out and pull a name with an announcement for tomorrow. But it does have to do with the weekly energy updates, which is this playlist. It'll be the ones that are dated last Sunday. I put out next week's already for next week, but if you comment on those, that'll be for next week's drawing. But you still have time today to comment, watch, of course, and comment on those. So those are available. So don't, so you have that opportunity to do that. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh, I do offer personal readings as well. All that information's in the description box of the video. There's a little sliding price scale for those. So if you do want a dedicated personal reading, that's an option as well. All right. So that is the public service announcement, the last one, and we will return back to the regularly scheduled program right now. So, and let's see, we left off here. So, Shanda Rawal, or Dhruvi, puppy, you must pronounce that too. You want to know, ask if your twin flame is a businessman by chance, and if you'll work under their guidance in the future. Will you work in a company or even a multinational company? All right, let's take a look here. Is your twin flame a businessman? If you haven't checked out I posted just a little bit ago the pick a card for messages from the twin flame, or soulmate or soul partner. So be sure to check that out too. I don't feel like they are a businessman, because you got the King of Cups, which is more a balancing of heart and mind. I don't feel like a lot of, like a businessman usually will be like a Pentacles or a Fire, like a Wands, but I feel like they're more balanced between heart and mind. I almost feel like they might be in some sort of counseling, some sort of service to others, because their heart leads them to help people and their mind allows them to do it. Almost maybe doctor, physician, psychologist, counselor. Kind of feel like that type of area. So I don't feel like you'll work under the guidance of them, because I feel like you'll have your own journey, your own adventure, your own interests that happen there. And you do have the world card too. So when you were asking about multinational and worldwide, I feel the world card really speaking to being more more international type, that you are connected to the world in what you do. Um, not so much working under them. I feel like you're on your own, which this is the last card of the major arcana, and this is the first. So I feel like you don't do that. So that's what they have for you. So I like it. Hey, a doctor, even a counselor is all right. It's someone that's very balanced of heart and mind, which is great. All right, so that's what they have for you. We'll continue moving down the list here. So the next free reading is for Verde. And since your higher self is obsessed with you, what do they want you to do moving forward? Well, let's ask them. We're going to do the Ask Your Guides Oracle. What do they want from you, since they're so obsessed with you? That cracks me up. I know that's from the reading you got recently, right? Why are they keeping me to themselves? What do they want? All right. Well, good. They want victory for you. That's what they want. You're like, all right, they want what's best for you. This is like them surrounding you, giving you the beautiful joy. And this is like your higher self bringing you stars. I like it. That is card number 15. So your higher self wants you to know that they are present, bearing the good news that whatever you've been working on will succeed. The bad news? Well, there really isn't any bad news, but there is reality, which in your case suggests that you can fully enjoy your success only if you recognize that you didn't get where you are by yourself. This isn't to suggest that you must diminish your light or be falsely modest in your achievement, not by a long shot. You deserve to shine, so please do. Your higher self simply reminds you to be grateful and acknowledge the contribution of those who helped you get where you are. This includes your spirit helpers and guides and higher self as well. One final word. With success comes the challenge of standing alone in your light. This is what they're talking about, right? Of course, you've heard the saying, it's lonely at the top, but it doesn't have to be if you remember how you got there. Your divine helper's message. Share the spotlight. I like that because it was like, I think the reading that you're referring to, if they're bringing this back to my brain, was that they were having you be alone with them for a period of time, that they were obsessed with you. They want this interaction with you, but they're saying it's lonely there at the top. Just share the limelight, share the spotlight. Know you've gotten here on purpose for a purpose. Victory is coming. And when it happens, don't forget who brought you to this wonderful place, that this pause and this, of relationships and love in the outside world has been on purpose for a purpose for you. So that's what they have for you. Many, many blessings. They are funny. All right. So, David Doolittle, you are up next for the next free reading. So, what will become of your relationship with that Sagittarius lady by the rest of the year? So, yeah. So, actually, I was going to say, within 7 days, what will happen with Sagittarius lady in the next 7 days by the end of this year? Okay. All right. Well, it appears here that you will find some wholeness in your worth here. You have the Ace of Wands too, which is passion and drive and energy, but I feel like it comes because here, the King of Pentacles, you are finding worth within yourself. The Hermit card, you're spending some time with yourself, but you're really recognizing your power and that you're okay when to be alone. You can still feel whole and complete and like your life is overflowing and full. And this is you really taking your power back with that. So I feel like there won't be a lot of interaction with them by the end of the year. You're going to have a lot of time to discover your worth and to discover how full your life really is, independent of them. So there, with this might be a little bit of passion, but I feel like the biggest focus is going to be on you and your inner journey here. So that is what they have for you, David Doolittle. I know you're like, ah, but just that's one of the big things. My last relationship taught me that I enjoy my alone time and that I enjoy that I don't have to have something in the outside world to be full and complete. That because I felt like they were trying to fit me in between the important things. That was my ego. That was the mirror I was seeing. And I discovered I was trying to fit myself in between the important things. Then I made myself important. And then it changed. Everyone else's actions became above and beyond extra. I didn't need it to feel complete. It just was an extra gift that they gave me. I was finding what I needed within myself. I feel like that's what the King of Pentacles and then the Hermit card is showing for you. So that's what they have for you, David. So many blessings to you. All right. So Angelique, you are the next free reading. And love reading and signs to come. All right. So let's take a look here and see. Star signs. Thank you. I was going, it's not computing. So love reading and any star signs that you'd like to know. Okay. Okay, anything else? All right. So, what a beautiful love reading. I know you're like, no. But it's all right because this is, uh, expectations equal disappointment. And this is our belief about heartbreak and disappointment. And this is you discovering what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been making you feel bound and trapped and restricted around heartbreak and disappointment. But there's this freedom that comes with this because you're really cutting away more thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and you're realizing that you can easily move up against one of these and cut your bounds that's binding your hands loose, and then you can take off your blind and, oh, I can just walk forward out of this. So it's not as restrictive as you feel it is, and this is what's coming through these experiences that you're having in love about individuals. I mean, you have um, so you've got death and rebirth, you've got cutting away old mindsets and having, discovering new things, and you've got balance and patience and temperance. So it's like, oh, there's this dual story that's kind of talking about all that. But this would be, I believe, death card. I believe this is death and rebirth type of energy, which would be Scorpio type of energy. You have the Queen of Swords, which is really air sign type of energy, and temperance, which I believe is Taurus type of energy there. So you do have these types of star signs that are coming in, and it looks like, at least three different individuals that have either taught you in the past or are coming forward. So if you haven't dealt with them before, then definitely check that out. Let me see. Do I have Okay, yeah, let me take a look here. Uh, yeah, death is Scorpio. Oh, I'm okay. Actually, temperance is Sagittarius, not Taurus. Sorry. And yeah, so well, I got one out of two right. But so Sagittarius, Scorpio energy with those two, and then the Queen of Swords is about air signs. So of course, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So those I feel are the ones that are coming in, but it is teaching you about letting go of thoughts and beliefs and expectations. You're really facing your fears around love, and these beautiful mirrors that have come in for you or will come in for you. Those are allowing you to see how you feel about yourself so you can release those. So I like it. All right. Hey, Favor. Welcome, welcome. And Jaded Kate. Sorry I didn't get to see that it was already Christmas Eve there. So Merry Christmas. It's probably Christmas now. Mina, hello. Elisa, hello. So Mina Goal, you were the next free reading coming up. All right. So when will James contact you? Let's take a look here. Okay, and I'm just going to have just a little more time, maybe one or two more free readings, and then this session will end. So if you do want to make sure that I complete your reading during this session, a donation is all it will take, and any amount of donation. I know everyone has different financial things going on at different times in their life too. So now would be the time to donate those. Otherwise, we'll be ending the session here in a couple moments. Well, so when will James contact you? You've got the Hanged Man here, which is the patience and hang on, delay type of energy that comes in. And the moon, it's all about cycles. Trust the cycles. They'll contact you when you are done with your cocooning, because you are um, it's like this pause is happening for you to look into this side of you, which is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is my codependency awareness card. To basically, um, while things are pausing, why things are taking time for like James to contact you or anyone to contact you, when there's this pause in life, It's because the spirit is having things slow down so you can look at something within you to raise your self-love vibration. The Six of Pentacles is basically having you look at what is your rate of exchange and what love you give. Like, do you have to give 1,000 of units of love to deserve one back? Look at what that exchange rate is, because it goes back to when you were younger, usually 7 years older and younger, even into the womb, about what you needed to do to get attention. Usually it's with parents or grandparents or siblings or friends or coaches or teachers, someone when we were younger, where we developed this exchange rate that I have to do extreme things to get very little attention. And so that carries over into our school and our work and our relationships. And so their spirit is having you go back and look into that in whatever way you feel it resonates, to go, okay, so I see where this was created. I had to do a lot of stuff to compete for attention among my siblings from my parents or from a parent or a grandparent, someone who meant something, and it developed. We're children, we just take on that, going, oh, okay, this is the exchange rate, 1,000 to 1. But now you get to question that and go, oh, okay, this isn't um, the way that I want it to be, and I don't have to accept that anymore. So there is that change coming in, and the faster you look into your self-love and expand that, then the faster contact and other your life speeds up regarding love. So that is what they have for you, Mina. So many, many blessings for you there. All right, Angel, you are up next. Okay, Elisa, I will come back and complete your reading. Thank you for the donation. So we'll be right with you there. And Angel, you wanted to know, will there be a wish fulfillment? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Will there be a wish fulfillment? Well, I do show here that there has something to do with energy here, because the Two of Wands shows you that whatever you focus on is what grows. And so if you focus on what you want your wish coming true, you are grateful, and you're focusing your energy on that instead of what's missing in your life, what you fear for your life, or what's in your life that you don't want. You hold your world in your hands by focusing on this. And I feel like you do, because you got the Eight of Pentacles, which shows you do the work, things move forward in your outside life. You have Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, abundance come in here too. So I feel like with you focusing your energy on this wish fulfillment, not fearing it won't come true, but being grateful for what you currently have in your life, what you want ahead, focusing on joy and peace and gratitude, that helps the wish come true. So I do like this for you. So that is what they have for you, angels. So I would say that is a yes, depending upon where you invest your energy. So I like it. All right. So again, Elisa, thank you so much for your donation. And take a look here. There you go. So you wanted to know the situation of R and a third party. Oh, okay. Let's find out what's going on there. What does Spirit want you to know around this situation with R and a third party? All right. Let me just get a little more clarity around this particular card here. Okay. Tell me about this one too here. Well, okay. So the first two cards that came out were the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is all about all these expectations and exhausted from trying to live up to so many things. And the Knight of Swords is about seeking higher truth, movement on thought, belief, and mindset around this. So I feel like between R and A, that there is just so many limitations, so many expectations of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's. And I asked Spirit around what, and it was around what wish fulfillment is. So there was so much of this that it actually stole away like this wish fulfillment kind of aspect to it. So it feels like it's just there's this ending that's happening here. They're just tired of living up to the expectations. And then the next two cards that came in were the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, which is what comes next. When they're letting all those expectations go, they're finally just feeling free. So I feel like they're like just giving up on it. They're just like, nope, I just don't want it anymore. Because the High Priestess is like them stepping back from everything and kind of going a little reclusive. So I feel like they're stepping back from the situation. They're reflecting on the memories between them, but it's like they're feeling restful knowing that they've stepped away. They're no longer, being caged and it's almost like leeches draining from them. So I feel like they're moving away from that because what they really want, what they want to feel is instead of this 10, this is what they want. They want emotional fulfillment. They want physical world and they want the partnership and the home and the family and even the dog and all this stuff. And so they have this just beautiful, beautiful dream. This is their wish fulfillment. What they're truly wanting is this, but they're not getting that. And I feel like they've stepped away from it because it's just so exhausting that's going on with them with that situation. Anything else around that? Okay. Yeah. So they are seeking new love. They're trying to make plans and head in a different direction. Page of Swords, new communication. So they really are looking for something more um, in their life, and this is they're making this choice that they want to head to. They want to head in a different direction. So that's what I feel is going on with them there. That they just are tired of going through what they were going through and they just feel like there's no other option but to move forward into a whole new world. Um, and so that's what's going on there. No, I don't feel. I feel like they. Well, let me see. I feel like he's stepped away because of that High Priestess. Um, but I don't feel. I feel like they are done. That they just can't take it anymore. So they've withdrew. At least they've withdrawn. Yeah. So they've withdrawn um, into themselves away from it. But physically, let me see. I mean, because I laughed because the star card came flying out, which is the other wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. It was the wish fulfillment. This is the other wish fulfillment card that they're heading out. No, no, they are wanting. They just feel like they can't. They're wanting to go somewhere else. Yeah. See, Ace of Cups. They want new love. Not with them. They want new love. So the Ace of Cups came out again. Knight of Pentacles is movement in the outside world. Slow movement in the outside world. Let me see. So physically, are they still together? Oh, okay. No, I don't think that they are. I think they're separated already because this is how he felt. He felt chained and trapped, but now he feels joy, abundance, and all of that. So yeah, so it is like they're separated. It's just like he's ready to not be in prison anymore. So that's what I feel. So that's what they have for you, Lisa. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that, and I honor your energy. So many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome. I don't see any other donations, so that's going to be the last reading for this session. As I mentioned, I will be back in about 5.5 hours for my evening session. But if you need answers right now and I wasn't able to get to, I'm so sorry. 2.5 hours is like the limit between this human body starts to get fuzzy and need to go eat. So make sure to go check out your last week's weekly energy update because it's still good through today. It tells you about the new moon, the super new moon we had yesterday, and how you can use that energy for new wishes. So check out that playlist that I posted just a little earlier. It also allows you to get into the drawing that I'll be pulling later today for a 30-minute free recorded reading, personal reading. I also have a ton of free content on my playlist. If you click on that name, Brenda Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to the main page, and they're all listed there. Pick a card readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, equinox, solstice readings, portal readings. There's all sorts of readings out there. So if you need an answer right now, please follow Spirit, and they will guide you to the playlist and the video with your answers there as well. And I do offer personal readings at a slight fee. It's on a sliding price scale. All that information is listed down in the description box of the video. And I think that is it for right now. But I will be back tonight, then tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And every night I'm here at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, unless I'm sick like I was a couple days ago. I eventually take a day off here and there to recharge. Balance is key, right? But thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you gave the video to. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being a part of that tidal wave of love that we send out to the world. Thanks for all your love, all your support, all your donations. So grateful for the energy you bring in. And please know, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, have a great night, a great day, wherever you're out in the world. And if I don't see you, have a happy holiday, happy new year, and we'll see you soon. Yeah, guys, take care.